I also think we need to make sure to highlight J5. We haven't really talked about him just far. He did earn MVP and Minority's last best of 2 because of his stellar performance and his improvement as a player. But the pick ban has begun. Minority on the blue, PrideStark Empire on the red, Zephys, Helanis, as well as Florentino are first 3 of 6 bans.
So the Zephys is a target ban against Zane, who has played it a couple of times, and the Helanis is a target ban against Raw. So we're having a lot of target bans thus far.
I'm curious if we'll see that Superman removed. I really genuinely don't think we will. Because I don't put nearly as much stock in its value as you do, Daniel.
Well, January is nuts on Superman.
I think January is really good on Superman. I do not think PrideStark don't have the capacity to shut it down.
I do like the decision by Minority to ban the Elsu and make sure that they don't run a risk of that potentially, as well as the other 2 power picks falling into the hands. PrideStark, though, on a smart rebuttal, decide to keep both Sephira and Richter open. They ban January Superman away, but Minority gets the Sephira.
The smugness is just
emanating. Look at that. They agree with me.
Really?
Yeah, they agree with me.
I hadn't noticed, Daniel.
Tulin locked in, Richter locked in for PrideStark Empire. So now KZ Fox is going to get one of his staple point mid laners, as well as that Richter, which, as we know, does not have to go to the support position, can go to side lane.
Double engage for PrideStark, Tulin, Richter. That's going to move very, very fast and hit very hard. Minority, by contrast, are already trying to build up kind of that resurrect comp you like, Daniel.
Right, it does however, put J5 on Sephira. We haven't really seen him on these backline mages much yet. So I want to see how he plays in the Sephira and how he fits into this composition.
This PrideStark side is continuing to play very aggressive, though.
They are. They're not scared to go in tight. Got Ryoma. Baldum now. That is going to be a Baldum into the hands of Beginnings. It has been something he's been playing.
Support.
Oh,
no?
Wiro?
They already have a teamie.
Side lane teamie? Kappa?
They have. I am very... So, okay. Maybe God's on the Quillen.
Yes.
Wiro is on the Darkslayer lane. Violet will be lane with the teamie and Sephiro's mid. Okay, I was very confused for a moment there, but we figured it out.
All right, well, surprise. We've got a Wiro. He's back. Gentlemen, this is now 2 games in a row where Wiro has been taken. Is this a hint of something that has been developing in scrims, or are we just rolling the dice of heroes in Arena Valor and getting lucky 2 times in a row?
Can I answer your question and add a little bit more?
Of course.
All right, thanks, Jump. Yes, it is something that's happening in scrims. I've talked to a few NA players. The North American region has been liking Wiro. Now a little bit more.
Yes.
I don't think it's actually anything outside of the North American region.
I knew that was
going to be just North America that think it's good, and I think given enough time, the international meta will decide that it's not.
The international meta has already decided it's not because I've had Wiro for 2 to 3 months now, and I think that if this lasts for any extended period of time, there'll probably be ways to play around it.
There are very few times that I can actually create supplemental points that backs up the crazy theories and thought processes of TJ specifically. However, what I will say, if there's something that North America has been known for, since the beginning of 2018 in the Valor series, anytime a new hero is released in Arena of Valor, North America is the one region in the entire world that does everything in their power to make that new hero work until it doesn't enough times for them to say, all right, fine, we'll put them back on the shelf.
Okay.
But I want to talk about this because it exists. It's here. We've got Violet. We've got Teamy. We've got Quillen. We've also got the Wiro now, 4 of the 5. How does this work? How is this composition going to play out versus a heavy engage composition of PrideStark Empire?
It's a never say die comp. They have 2 revives in their team and they have a Tide of Life.
Well, we're going to see if that never say die plays out for them because Minority is facing the #1 team in North America. Our last best of 2 in the first half of the regular season starts now.
The theory is nobody on Minority will die. You can engage, you can wash against them as the PrideStark Empire, but you cannot keep them dead. PrideStark will beg to differ.
How do you lose the game if you never die, TJ?
I thought I had a snarky answer to that, but I just didn't. So we're going to keep going. Beginnings will flicker out.
It's not going to keep going.
Yeah, he's gone. Maybe God's able to grab him. J5, though, in the middle lane, falls to PrideStark's Zane.
That was a very interesting rotation. Typically, you don't see the jungler rotate like that around the middle before they're level 4, but somehow Zane able to find the kill without Lunar Champion.
You just Zane things. It's a hashtag.
When you have the might buff, you can just poke someone.
And that is why he got J5, to be fair, because J5 was Not expecting the random Lindis to show up in mid. Oh, Ra actually in trouble down bottom. That's a lot of people diving towards him. His HP's still above half, though, so he will escape behind tower. So I set that marker on Zane. I said they need to be able to shut down Zane with invades. Did they do that early?
They were able to get his buff, but I don't think it shut him down because he's able to get the kill anyway. So I think he's going to be perfectly fine. He's already reached level 4, and that's what he needs to get those Lunar Champions out and to be able to farm and to be able to engage the side of Minority. I do want to say, though, they have done something very interesting with Minority. They put Violet up in the DS lane, and they put Wero up over in the Abyssal lane. He's going to be power farmed here, and I'm not sure I really like it all that much.
The theory is they want to farm up the Wero as much as possible. What is the possible benefit?
Well, he has this engage early against the Abyssal Dragons. Perhaps they want him specifically for that. But he's going to have to rotate in order to make that a reality.
Yeah, he's going to have to move pretty quickly because this Abyssal Dragon is being taken. KZ, Vox, and Zane focusing it out to the maximum extent. They will get it uncontested.
They want even more, though. They're going to rotate it over inside their jungle.
KZ Fox caught out. January
wow.
scoops an entire team, but it didn't do any damage. It looked cool. KZ Fox
grab the orbs.
Finally gets knocked down. January will deliver the heal, but not to enough members as beginnings falls to the sides of life. J5 and the rest of Minority do manage to put together a fight. That is the power of Wero. They do get 2 kills and counter the Abyssal take.
Never say die. That is the passive of Wero. When he dies, you could go get the orbs around him and summon him back to life. That combined with the Tide of Life from Sephira just provide a huge AoE damage, and PrideStark were not ready for it.
So I didn't think January was doing any damage. He full committed to the fight, it grouped them up, it didn't do a lot, and I was thinking, oh well, that's a little bit unfortunate. But then the rest of the team just pumped in AoE damage, and all of that grouping was devastating.
It's very much like a Thane, the way he's able to push in and knock them back.
Dare I say a Superman?
Kind of. It's more like
January. I'm just no. Okay.
Okay. The difference. I see where you're going with this, but the push itself is more like a Thane, the way it works. But because he is a warrior, he can do more damage than a Thane. So I guess in that case, it's a little more like a Superman, like January likes. But
oh, they're angry.
Oh no. No.
They'll grab him quite quickly. They actually overstays his welcome in the area as well. The swap up did come. Violet dropped down bottom. The Wero, after that first Abyssal Dragon fight, goes up to the top lane.
Yeah, it looks like they just wanted that early engage on the bottom side of the map. It did not work for them, though. So look for them to continue to pump up AD tier on the Violet so they can have those late game fights.
The Wero resurrect won them a team fight. They didn't get the Abyssal, though. Was that still worth it?
Well, the gold spells it out here. PrideStark's still ahead, so...
Only by 200, though.
Yeah, well, it's working out for them thus far. I think they're doing a reasonable job. This game is just kind of all over the place because they got the Abyssal, they went in, and then they had a bad invade. So some of these decisions have worked out well for them. Some of them have just fallen flat.
I think the #1 thing to track, though, for PrideStark, despite all this, is that Zane is still quietly outscaling the rest of the universe.
Yeah, and that is extremely important. He loves his Lindis, and if he continues to farm like he has in the past, it's going to get scary. We've seen this movie before.
At what point do people start banning Lindis against Zane?
Yesterday. I don't know why he wasn't banned in this game.
All right, KZ Fox will go in. Nice little scoop up beginnings, though. Not able to do enough, even with the Wild Prison. That stalls up the fight. It'll let KZ Fox escape.
That was very well done by J5. He waited until the Thunderbird came out, TJ. He held on that for the longest possible time, and then he used the Tidal Light, because if you use it too soon, then the Thunderbird comes out and he dies.
Able to dodge the major burst damage from the Tulin.
The patience was incredible, and I wish I had that kind of patience on myself, bro.
Oh, Abyssal Dragon! It's stolen! Another display of patience. J5 falls in trade for it, but they'll take that trade every day. Maybe God's able to get a little bit of a boost towards his team. Now he needs to hold tower, though, and that's going to be a little bit more difficult than they anticipated. Maybe Gods must clear wave. Bay's there for the front line stuns. Hades hero arrives. They've got the wave clear.
They even used the punish onto the siege minion to clear it as quickly as humanly possible. Both these teams are doing an extremely good job with the basics here. PrideStark trying to take advantage of the kill, but they can't. And then Minority trying to defend. But TJ.
Maybe Gods does go down at the end of that jungle push. A nice dive in. 80-0 himself caught out, and PrideStark, the Zane machine, has started.
It really is. And when you have a might buff on a Lindis, you cannot get away, TJ.
Have we started the insanity? God, you hate that.
A little bit. That's my answer.
Yeah, and he's getting a lot of kills.
A little bit, a lot.
3 kills already to his name, 2 assists beside. And that's what happens. They weren't able to interrupt Zane's early game farm. We're nearing that 10-minute mark, around 7 minutes right now. And that's going to mean he'll start shredding.
It's only going to get more scary to it, not because of his own build, but because of the build here of Beginnings. Once the Ring of the Fiend comes in, there's going to be a sprinting Lindis coming at you, TJ, and that is not something that you want to face.
Normally we say Zoom in reference. Vroom. Oh, KZ Fox.
Ooh. Well, we've been talking about Zane, but let's talk about Maybe God, his counterpart here. He is the other side of that duel. And Maybe God does have a lot of damage so far. He has 2 gloves and the Cleaving Claymore. That builds up to a Clavis Sancti, TJ. Once he gets that, it's going to be major damage.
80's hero. Down bottom. Ra just walks up to him. Wins the battle. The Ryoma able to grab the kill. They'll be trying to land the punish. Maybe God's down bottom. Able to display the damage you were insisting he had on offer. J5, though, gets the kill, and the fact that he's down there, not holding mid, means that PrideStark will get another tower.
PrideStark are consistently out-rotating them this entire time.
Might buff does go to Maybe God's. Tide of Life will be forced from J5. That's less than ideal.
Mid-wave, they're just having so much trouble dealing with this, TJ. And again, PrideStark, they go on to the next objective.
The Abyssal Dragon over to PrideStark. The scale has happened. 3,000 gold ahead. 80-0. Oh, the flicker! Beginnings! That was beautiful.
That was so well done by him. The mechanics on Beginnings there was so ridiculous. The flicker and the wild charge. Oh, that made me hot and bothered, TJ.
With that many mechanics, you could pit stop a Formula 1 car. That was a stretch.
It was
KO in trouble. Up top, will get out. Oh, Ra trying to chase, but January just dives in 1v2. I don't think he can make that happen. And that means that PrideStark don't get the kills they're looking for, but neither do Minority.
Oh. Thought the Wailing Blade was coming. Said it was coming in the bottom.
Yeah, down bottom. Beginnings did push forward. Did get a little bit worse. So January, oh my God.
Decided to get the revenge. He had enough of Ra. He had enough of Ra giving him smack, TJ.
Yes, that is what he had decided. And the second he was able to overcome the Ryoma in lane, he just wants to recall, and KZ Fox is quite happy about that because PrideStark are ever focused on building that gold lead. I said it was 3,000 a few moments ago. Now it's nearing 5,000. And during the time, I should note, PrideStark haven't really won anything major.
Right, they've just been rotating around the map. They've just been getting the towers the entire time. But, that said, there is the Drake on the side of Minority here.
January playing closest to it. The rest of the team will rotate towards mid to fight the Drake itself. January must hold lane. Beginnings not able to connect, but Zane is doing so much damage. Can Bay clear wave? Maybe. He'll dive in exclusively for it. Does get the wave clear. He himself will probably die, but he's got the resurrect. Another wave is nearing, though. That could get dangerous as Bay goes down for a second time. The tower itself will fall.
The fact that he had to go in to try to get the siege minion meant even after he came back from the being a bro, he was in a compromised position, and they just ran and took him out.
KZ Fox will be focused down. Maybe God's diving in. Can't quite do it. Excellently done. I believe this slow, actually, from Beginnings with Wild Prison saved KZ Fox's life.
Yeah, it certainly did. But the issue here for Maybe Gods is the fact that he can't just one-shot them. Even though it looked like major damage, he chunked him down to less than half his health. He needs to be able to kill him immediately. Otherwise, PrideStarks are going to catch him out and kill him before he can get his resets.
If Quillen isn't able to get a one-shot with his full engage, he legitimately can't get multiple members of the enemy team.
Right, it has to be from the Decimate, from the Mutilate. He needs to act, and one more auto attack afterward. He needs to be able to get the kill, otherwise he's basically just dead in the water.
Bay pulled in. Beginnings, another excellent wild charge, splits up the team. J5 though with the Tide of Life will separate them up. KZ Fox can't land the Thunderbird. 80-0 tacks him for his ally. January does go down once, but he's got the Never Say Die. The Resurrect won't happen this time as PrideStark wash over the Minority defenses.
PrideStark says, says, we'll kill you as many times as we need you. The Tide of Life, it's okay. Being a bro, no problem. Finally, the Resurrect there from January. They say, we'll kill you too. PrideStark takes on all comers.
PrideStark want to push underneath the tower now, and it's only AC0 and Bay. But Zayn, he's focused down. It doesn't matter. He's slaughtered the second Baby Gods tries to get close.
That was Zayn with the Dark Blessing. That's what kept him alive that entire time. And that's what led him to kill Baby
And how
Gods.
much damage he's doing.
Absolutely
My
ridiculous.
lord.
Yes, he does. Those crits came out for the club.
Oh, KZ Fox through, combining with Zayn for that kill. January now needs to play this very safe indeed. He does not have his Resurrect, and he is gone. A double kill to KZ Fox. J5, the opposing mage in mid, will spend the Tide of Life, and Ra's got the chase, the Thunderbird through. A triple kill to KZ Fox.
That's gotta be it here.
80's hero tries to get the wave clear. It will not matter. It's game number 1 over the PrideStark Empire.
PrideStark, the killer of immortals. Doesn't matter how many lives you have, we will kill you dead. We'll kill you how many times it takes. And they take game number 1.